Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Unless you're in Australia, then it's probably Wednesday by now. I don't know. Happy day. We have a few new Just Dance teasers today, including Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, which I think is an excellent choice. And I think the rest of them are alternatives to songs that we already know. So I'm very excited to see the extremes. I'm excited to see the Sita dances. I haven't watched any of them, of course, but I will say that the track list so far is going off. They've secured so many amazing songs that I feel like a lot of us have been waiting for a long time. So it makes me more excited to see what other songs they have up their sleeve. Anyways, we're gonna start with Driver's License because of course we are, and then we'll move into the alternatives. Alternatives or alternates? Is it alternates? I've been playing this game for like 13 years. I should know this by now. Anyways, let's watch Driver's License. I have to say, there is a lot of pressure for this song to be good. This song better be amazing, or this dance and map better be amazing. It's gotta be great. I have very high expectations. Not as high as Telephone, but like Driver's License was the song of like, or one of the songs of 2020, so it's gotta be really good.
And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me
The environment is so pretty.
so much older than me.
Like the colors in the background are so gorgeous.
Yet today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect.
Oh, that's so
but
pretty!
I felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine
Wow.
how you could be so
I feel bad, but I'm watching the environment more than I am the coach.
Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And on my
We're not gonna see the bridge. I need to see the bridge. I need to see the bridge of the song. The bridge is where I feel like the emotion really comes out. And I'm I'm so impressed with the environment of the map. I'm not super into the dance, but I feel like it's one of those things where I need to see it ramp up over time. I feel like, okay, hold on. I'm not a classically trained dancer, so sometimes I feel uncomfortable critiquing other dances, but I wish the coach was giving more emotion. I wasn't really getting a lot from them, and it's one of those things that I hope we see ramps up throughout the song because we only saw the beginning of the song. The bridge is where like everything really starts to come out. And so I just need to see more. My thought process is if they're not showing us the bridge, they're not showing it for a reason, and it's because they want to save a few surprises. Overall, I'm not amazed with the dance. I'm more amazed with the environment. Like this part right here is so beautiful. It's like something to do with like the way that they focus the environment, and then like all of the like spores of light are just so gorgeous. This is one of those maps where like the dance isn't a win for me, but like the environment and the background and the special effects are like, whoa, big win. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say about it. I wish that we had seen more. I guess that could be a good thing, is being left wanting to see more. But I just hope the dance doesn't let me down when we get it in full. I feel the same way about the Taylor Swift song. Which one did we get? Oh my God. I already forgot. I Knew You Were Trouble. I was gonna say Never Getting Back Together, but I was like, that doesn't seem right. I Knew You Were Trouble left a lot to be desired for me. I felt it was too slow considering like the feeling of the song and how angry she is. So I'm just like hoping it ramps up a little bit. Hoping and praying. So we have a few alternatives to watch. We have More, which is the Seraphine version. So I'm assuming this is gonna be kind of like Boombaya with just a singular coach. It'll be like the song, but a little bit easier to do. We have Physical Extreme, which I'm very proud of calling because I feel like you see Physical, the normal map, and it's easy enough that you're like, I think an extreme could go with this. And then Telephone, which is Runaway Edition, which honestly looks like a seated dance from the thumbnail. So I'm very excited that they made Telephone a seated dance alternate, because this is like a song that needs to be enjoyed by everybody. Everyone needs to enjoy this song. Let's go in order. The Room. I love this coach. Oh, this is fun! Her dress is like amazing. I love her. I love this dance. I gotta say though, this is very nitpicky. There are times where she's lip syncing and it looks like she's saying something completely different. This part right here, I don't know why, but I'm like, wait, what are we singing? Are we listening to the same song? It's not like a big deal for me. I'm not like, wow, the song sucks now. Actually, the map is terrible. It's just jarring to hear words but see someone like mouthing different words. I love that Just Dance has been doing these like easier versions of more extreme choreographies, simply because it seems like we're not getting like a tutorial mode. We've been begging for a tutorial mode for so long and we still haven't gotten one. So at the very least, getting alternatives where it has moves from the extreme version, but it's slower and easier to understand. And that way, when you transition to the extreme version, it's a bit easier. I think it's a great Band-Aid for the problem for now. I still hope we get tutorial mode someday, but I think it's a great way to help people not feel so overwhelmed. I've definitely had moments trying to learn an extreme dance where I get really frustrated and I'm like, well, I can't figure it out. There's no easy way to do this. And there's no tutorial mode, so like, why even bother? And I think this kind of helps bridge the gap between someone who doesn't know the dance at all and someone who wants to learn the extreme. So I think it's great. Okay, next we have physical extreme version.
Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me?
Oh my God, hold on, I'm sorry. She looks like Dua Lipa. I don't know how to describe this. Her face and her outfit looks like Dua Lipa. Anyway, sorry for pausing. Dua, is that you? The fact that she's doing this in heels, my ankles would crack. Ooh! I like this one a lot. This one looks so fun. I gotta say though, those heels, my ankles could never. With everything she's doing, jumping and twerking and hopping and skipping and jumping and popping and jopping, I could never. It's a really fun extreme though. I feel like it's different to a lot of extremes we've seen. It's a lot of like more technical moves that I think by themselves are easy, but all like really fast back together or back to back. I also really like that it's in like the same environment that the other physical coach was in, but it's like after dark, after everyone has left. Dua Lipa rises from the ashes. I think it's fun. I think it probably won't end up being my favorite of all of them. I mean, it's the first extreme we've seen, so like obviously I don't know, but it does look like a fun one. I love the coach. I think this year they've been really amazing at picking coaches that look just like the artists. Like the Taylor Swift one looks like Taylor. This coach looks like Dua. It's pretty amazing. I kind of like that in these new weekly previews, we're also getting alternates as well, because I feel like alternates seem to get a little ignored by like more casual players. Like I know when I first started playing Just Dance, I would just play like the same 5 songs over and over again, and I would just ignore everything else. And it's kind of nice to give the alternates some spotlight so that people can see that there's other ways to dance to their favorite songs. So I'm very excited to see the rest of the alternates. Okay, we have one more, and it's Telephone Runaway version. And it looks like we have like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. Is that what I'm thinking of? Is it Bonnie and Clyde or someone else? I don't know, but they look cool, so let's watch it. The girl on the left looks just like Lady Gaga. I think that's Sarah Magassa, but like with all of this, she looks just like Gaga. It's wild. I love the like, I don't know what else to call it, but like the filter that's over it that makes it look kind of like old school film. It looks so good. Oh, I love this one. This is so neat. I think another reason I'm so glad they started like painting their faces for these maps is so you can see how the coaches interact with each other. Like these two look like they're having a blast. Like every time they look at each other, they look like they're having so much fun. And it's something you wouldn't have been able to see when their faces were like all white. And it's just, I don't know, it's just very cool. It adds like a new, oh, sorry. Sorry for the way that I paused that video. It adds like another layer to the song of emotion that we were missing when they were just like these creepy looking mannequins with no faces. This adds like a whole new layer to who they are. It adds like emotion and feelings and thoughts, and like watching them interact with each other is so cool. I also love the way this map transitions to like night with all the lights off. It just looks so gorgeous. It's like a way to have them dancing at night, but it's not like pitch black and you can still like see them. It just looks so good. I love it. I need to know where they're going. Where are the girls going? I gotta say, I really liked every map that I saw, but I think for me, the big wins were not necessarily, the big wins were not necessarily like the dances. They were the environments. I gotta say, I'm using the term environment because I don't know if I should call it a background or like special effects or animation or whatever. But the environments that these dancers are in are so stunning. And the way that they've created environments around the feeling of a song is like so artistic and awesome. Like I am just blown away by everything that has to do around the dance, because I feel like typically you kind of don't look at that very often because you're so focused on the dancer and matching their movements that the environment just kind of goes out the window. I think the dances are fun. I do like the dances. Of course, with Driver's License, I want to see a lot more, but I generally enjoyed them. It's just that the environments of these 4 kind of took center stage for me, where I was like, I'm not even like focused on the dancer. I'm focused on how cool the backgrounds look. But of course, I'm watching the videos. I'm not actually dancing to them, and I'm sure that will change once I'm dancing to them. I want to give props to whoever's working on the environments. They look so fantastic. They look very, very good. So yeah, which one was your favorite preview? I think mine was probably, I would say Telephone Seated, because I love those dances that are like 2 girls just like having fun together, and like it's just so fun. And also I love Telephone, so it's an automatic win for me. I'm very excited for next week. Very excited to see what more songs we're getting, what more alternates we're getting. So far, this whole year has just like blown me away. Like usually, there's usually like 4 or 5 songs that I just don't really like. And I only really don't like If You Want to Party. That's the only one. Sorry, Ubisoft. I'm very, very impressed with the game this year. Very impressed. I don't know if Ubisoft gave Just Dance like a bigger budget, but I hope they do that every year. Whatever money you're giving the Just Dance team, please keep giving it to them. They deserve it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please let me know what kind of Just Dance 2023 video you'd like me to make next. I also stream Just Dance live on Twitch. We usually stream it like 2 to 3 times a week, but if you miss any of the streams, I have a VOD YouTube channel as well where you can watch the full VODs after I am not live anymore. So it is not live content anymore. It is pre-recorded content. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!